Blast imminent. 3, 2, 1, fire.
In Thunder Bay, Ontario, by the shores of Lake Superior, Budget Demolition, a York 1 company, has been taking on a multi-phase project of epic proportions, demolishing the decommissioned Thunder Bay generating station. In episode 3, the team confidently separated the monstrous precipitators from the boilers without any complications. Now that 4 months have passed, the team have prepared for the final blast. It's time for the massive boilers to hit the ground.
So we're all ready to blast boilers 2 and 3 right behind me. You know, a lot of work went into this final blast that we have on this project. Every day they're torching these columns, making sure that they are good for the shear or the excavator to grab. They're in the lifts between, 20 to 100 feet up in the air, and some of the days are pretty cold and windy here. They tough their way through it, and they work really, really hard to get this all ready for this final blast. So we're stoked, ready to go, can't wait, and we keep it on schedule, so we're super happy.
So since the last blast, we've been just hammering away, and we got a lot of equipment here. It's been working really hard. Been demoing, taking material out of this building and processing it and getting it ready to ship. Lots and lots of trucks, and also shipping to train yards. It's been really busy. Great crew here to work together.
Just like the previous blast, the team has been busy performing a precise separation down the structure.
Here we had to do a separation from boiler 1 to boiler 2, so we had to build a little bit of a ramp here to get up to high enough to reach it. So we built a little bit of a rubble ramp, road, and we just work off the top of the ramp and make sure we can reach what we need to get. Now we're in the 150-foot level. This is where we did the separation on the north side. You can see where we actually cut the floor, cut the columns, and we pulled the bays off. This was so we can get some of the weight off the building. So when the building topples over, it wasn't too much weight on the back end.
So a part of my job is to manage all the scrap for this project. And there's lots of scrap here, that's for sure. With our third stage that is happening soon, we plan to have 3 times the amount of scrap that we've already shipped out. So the majority of the steel is in this part of the building. So once it's on the ground, our guys are gonna start processing it and sending it out to be recycled.
There's big beams up at the top of the boilers. They're like 9 feet tall. Yeah, there are gonna be some nice weight in those.
So right now we're at the top of boiler 2, and this is the beams that hold up the boilers. Look at the size of those things. This is the prize that we're after. We've been chasing this beam for a whole year, and we're finally going to get it on Friday. This is the one we all want our picture taken by. It's a 9-foot high beam, 80 feet long. It's a massive beam that holds up those boilers, and there's 6 of those up here.
I'm sure we're all gonna wanna be in front of that beam once it's on the ground to get a picture of it.
So yeah, we got everything torched and ready to go for Rakowski. They came in, got everything set up. Everything went really extremely well. We're actually 3 days ahead of schedule.
We've placed over 210 individual charges, all structural steel, all linear shape charges with our kick charges that you're familiar with. So now today is all tie up. We've got 5 different individual sequences that'll all be sequenced 300 milliseconds apart. This is probably the newest set of boilers we've ever brought down in the country. So the structural steel dimensions are different. They're wider, which makes the linear shape charges longer, so a little bit more thought and customization on the install.
Yeah, I can't wait to blast this last section here. It's the last blast. It's going to be pretty exciting. It's one of the biggest pieces Budget Demolition's ever taken down in one shot, and yeah, we can't wait.
As the day comes to an end, the remainder of this gigantic generating station views its last sunset. Tomorrow at 2100 hours, the team will push the button.
So it's blast day today. We've been here 4 days. We brought a fairly good-sized team from Murkowski Energetics. Everything's tied up, we've done our checks, and we're ready to roll.
A lot of prep work inside also again to get our right heights and all that for the explosives. Double laminated beams at the bottom that we had to separate, cut out to make it just a single layer beam so the explosives go through it properly.
The charges that we have, the linear shape charges, are designed to cut a specific thickness. The thickness of this column is actually too large for our charges inside to cut from one end to the other. So we have to put the charges on either side, and the jet will meet in the middle and then sever the entire column. This column is actually laminated, so we had to cut off the lamination, and so now we're down to, you know, roughly almost a 4-inch piece of steel that needs to be cut. So inside this box you'll have your shape charges, which are facing each other and meeting in the middle once it finally goes off. Now we're just waiting for the environmental factors. We'll do a couple more final look-sees, make sure that all of our connections are proper, but for the most part we're ready to go and ready to get the button pushed, get the building on the ground, and then go on to our next job.
Here we are. It's a big day. This is what we've been working towards all year, and it's gonna be nice to see it on the ground. It's just like everything we've worked towards, and we're finally here. As soon as it hits the ground, like it's, you know, us get back in the machines and start ripping into it and getting it on the ground, getting it all sorted and getting it off site.
You know, a lot of anxiety, but a lot of excitement as well. To finally see this thing on the ground after being here over a year. It's a big day. I know everyone on site's excited and can't wait to see it on the ground.
When I see this thing fall over, for me, it's a big deal because it's about loading the next truck.
I'm really excited. Like, this will be definitely a highlight in my career. See this building come down, all the work that we put into it. It's really exciting, really exciting.
As the blast time approaches, the team has everything in place and ready to go. With safety being the #1 priority, not a single little detail is overlooked.
Thanks to everyone for coming. We plan on blasting at 9, but we will not blast if conditions aren't perfect.
So 8:30 we lock the gate. 8:40 we have to notify NAV Canada. We're going to shut down the airspace above us. They need about a 20-minute window to do so. At 8:55, Jeremy is going to do the rounds with security. So at 5 minutes, you're going to hear 3 short blasts. Everybody's all clear. We're going to do sound for 1-minute blast. It's one long horn. And then from there, it's audible on the radio, 10-second countdown. And that's it. All stations, 5-minute warning, 3 short blasts. Northwest check, Northwest security.
All clear.
Boat 1, boat 1.
Boat 1, all clear.
Boat 2, boat 2.
Boat 2, all clear.
All stations, sound for 1-minute warning, 1 long blast. Blast imminent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Certainly the preparation was done very well. The building was extremely clean and prepared the way we asked Budget Demolition to do so. Once again, the results are on the ground.
Great teamwork between M-Globe and Rakowski Energetics and my crew, Budget Demolition, all the hard work that went into it. We couldn't be happier. It went perfect to plan. Exciting to have everyone here that had a part in it with the crew. It was amazing.
In May of 2021, Budget Demolition began their work on this massive project. 13 months and 3 phases later, this behemoth has been successfully and safely brought to its knees, forever changing the skyline of Thunder Bay. Once again, Budget Demolition, Rakowski Energetics, and M-Globe Corp have all demonstrated their extreme commitment to professionalism, safety, and hard work. And with another project wrapped up, it's on to the next one.